Hello, grade 7 students. How are you doing? I believe that you are fine. I hope that last week you enjoyed our lesson on angles. This week too, we are continuing our lesson on angles. From last week's lesson, we started angles and we learned about how to draw angles and how to estimate and the different types of angles that we have. From that lesson, we learned that we have a right angle, which is a 90 degrees. We also learned that we have an angle on a straight line, which is 180 degrees. We also learned that an angle of a circle is also 360 degrees. We learned about an acute angle, which is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. And we also learned about an obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degrees. Today's lesson, we're going to go a little deep into angles, and we're going to learn about how we can calculate angles. So we will take the lesson that we learned from our previous class and apply it on this lesson. So calculating an angle, you must always know which particular angle that you are calculating. Is it an acute angle? Is it an obtuse angle? A right angle, triangle, an angle on a straight line, or a complete circle angle that you are looking at? Today we'll take a close look at two different drawings or objects that comes with different kinds of angles. We'll look at the triangle, which comes with 3 angles inside. Then we'll look at a quadrilateral, which also comes with 4 different angles inside. First, what you should know is that when we are dealing with a triangle, the first thing that should come into your mind is the total angle that makes a triangle. So, we should all know that the total angle of a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay? All the 3 angles comes together to make 180 degrees. Okay. So if we are naming this side to be X, Y, and Z as our angles, it therefore means that our X plus Y plus our Z should be equal to 180 degrees. So that is the total angle of a triangle. The next thing that you should also know is that what is the total angle of equilateral? So quadrilateral will give you a total angle of 360 degrees. Why do we say that quadrilateral gives 360 degrees of an angle? When you divide your quadrilateral into 2 different parts, you will have 2 triangles. And we know that the total angle of a triangle is 180 degrees. So 2 times 180 degrees will give you 360. Okay. So again, we will make like here A, B, C, and then we have D here. So we have A plus B plus C plus D will be equal to 360 degrees. So this is how you should identify your angles in any particular objects that you have. So with triangle, you have a total of 180 degrees. With quadrilateral, you have 360. Your quadrilateral can be a square, it can be a rectangle, and they all add up to 360 degrees. A triangle, whether it is having any size to be acute or obtuse, if it's having 3 of the angles coming together, it will add up to 180 degrees for you. So once you have this concept in mind, it becomes so easy for you to calculate your angles anytime that you have. So let's see another demonstration. Assuming you have a straight line, and this is your center. You remember that the angle on a straight line becomes 180 degrees. And this part also becomes 180 degrees. So your 180 plus 180 with a complete circle will give us, so everything here, complete here, will give us 360 degrees. Okay? Okay, very good. Again, when you have a straight line, that comes with a line in between. Okay? So if you have this side to be 80 degrees, and you are supposed to find x here, you should know that on the straight line, you have 180. So if you are supposed to find x, it means that x will be equal to 180 minus your 80 degrees, and that will be equal to 100 degrees. Okay? So this is how we do to find our angles anytime you are asked to find an angle. You look at what you have, and then you subtract from the total of that particular angle that you are dealing from. So assuming you are dealing with a triangle and you already have z and y and you don't know x, it means that you have to use this formula, and then you make your x the subject. So which means you transfer your y and z to the other side of the equation. It is positive here, so when it goes to the other side of the equation, it's going to be negative. And then you subtract from the total angle of your triangle, which is 180 degrees. If you are going for quadrilateral, it's also the same method, which means you have to push the figures that you have across your equal sign, and it's positive here, so when it goes here, it becomes negative, and you take the subtraction out of it. Okay? Okay. So let's look at our last demonstration on triangle. Let's name our triangle A, and then B, and C. So we are giving our triangle a name, A, B, and C. This is how we identify angles in any drawing. Okay, so now if I want to write the angle of X, using the name of our triangle, we are looking for the angle of X, or we want to show angle of X. X is on A, so what you have to write is, you write B, A, and C. And this is equal to angle X, okay? So BAC means, BAC means we are looking at angle X, okay? If you want to look at angle Z, you write ACB. So ACB means you are looking at angle Z. Don't forget that. So anytime you are reading angle, you look at how the naming is written. So the letter in the middle is the angle that you are looking at. A is angle X, and C is angle Z. You should always remember that to identify your right angles, and then you deal with it. Very good. Now let's move to our first activity for this particular lesson. We're going to do our first task for this lesson, and it can be found at page 58 and 59 at the learner's book section of your textbook. You are supposed to do exercise 5.3. The questions there are 10, but we will limit ourselves to question 1 and 5. So for first activity, which is task 1, you are supposed to answer questions on 1 to 5 and then you send for checking. I believe everything here is well understood and you can do more calculation on angles. Thank you. See you in our next video. Bye. Welcome back to our second video for today's lesson on angles. Today we are doing calculating of angles. We are looking at two main objects. We are looking at the triangle and then we are looking at quadrilateral. We have learned that the total angle size of a triangle is 180 degrees and then the total angle size of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. The reason being that with quadrilateral, you can divide it into two portions, and when you divide into two portions, you have two triangles within. That means that it is 180 degrees times 2, so that will give you 360 degrees. I also said that your quadrilateral can be a square or can be a rectangle. The total size within your triangle, your square and your rectangle are all 360 degrees, because when you divide your square into two portions, you have two triangles inside. The same way, when you divide your rectangle into two portions, you will have triangle inside. So anytime you have a quadrilateral that you are calculating the angle, be reminded or be guided that the total angle size is 360 degrees. The same way, if you are dealing with triangle, the total angle size with a triangle is 180 degrees. Just as you have on a straight line, the angle of the straight line is 180 degrees. So whenever you are doing your calculation, you look at the figures that you have and then you subtract from the one that you are looking for all the time. Okay? As well, don't also forget that we have a right angle triangle, which is a 90 degrees. We have an acute angle, which is less than 90 degrees. We have an obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degrees. Obtuse is more than 90 degrees and not up to 180 degrees. I hope that this lesson will guide you in calculating all angles that you come across on your studies. On this video, you are going to do your second task for the day, and the task is picked from the practice section of your textbook. The exercise is exercise 5.3. You are working on questions 1 up to 4, okay? So we are working on questions 1 up to 4 at the practice book section of your textbook. There are more exercises there to actually equip you with calculating of angles, and with that you're going to be fantastic calculating all angles at all time and at all level. Thank you. I'll see you in our third video. Goodbye. Welcome back to our third video. I hope the lesson is going down very well with you and you are enjoying today's class so much, so good. We are looking at angles, we're calculating angles. We are using triangle and quadrilateral as the main figures or the main drawings that we are looking at today. From our first and second tasks, we have learned so much about calculating our angles, and you are doing very well in calculating them, and I'm so impressed about how you are doing things on this lesson. We will finish our lesson by having a homework so that you don't forget your lesson about angles all the time. So you have an activity to do before our next class. Our homework is picked from page 33 of our practice book. We are doing exercise 5.4. We are doing question 1 up to 7. And this is enough to keep you busy. So we'll meet in our next class. Enjoy calculating of angles, and I'll see you next week with a different topic. Goodbye.